Welcome to yet another informative episode of Smart Careers, where your career is my responsibility. Well, for mentoring to be effective, one has to begin with the end in mind. Know what your expectations are and what you want to gain in the end from your exchange of ideas, perspectives, expectations, and learned lessons. Join me shortly for this. I'm your host, Shiro Kinyanjui. A good mentor will provide you with valuable feedback or make suggestions that will enable you to improve your skills or to experience personal growth, ultimately leading to your improved performance.
A mentor is someone who guides you to where you'd like to be and do the things you'd like to do. It can be a professional mentor or just a life mentor on life issues, life problems that you have. And if it's a professional mentor, to guide you in your career. So a career mentor can be someone like me. I'd have a mentor, someone who's a diplomat, because I'd like to be a diplomat. Yes.
Someone who basically guides you through whatever difficulties you're going in life. Usually someone slightly older than yourself to help you, just figure things out from their own experience, or maybe they don't have any experience, but they just give you the morale to continue on with any troubles you're having. Yeah.
I think a mentor is someone who knows you well, someone who knows your strengths, and someone who wishes the best for you. Yeah, someone who will want to follow you up even without your knowledge, just to see the best. Yeah.
Where a mentor is an expert in a particular field, they'll often be able to spot your unique talents and make suggestions about how you can further develop and make the most of your talents and gifts.
At the most basic level, I think they're a good person to bounce ideas off of. You can talk to them about your career, how you feel about it. They can ask you maybe more critical questions. But if they're in a career that you are interested in, then obviously they can give you much more advice about that than you can find elsewhere. Yeah.
One thing, a mentor is like you are very, very fast fan. Now that is someone who knows you very well, he will not want to see you fail. So he or she will keep on following you up, just to see to it that you are moving the right direction. Because the mentor will tell you the truth even when the truth seems to hurt. Yeah.
The process is a little different for everyone. Some mentoring relationships happen naturally, while others require extra effort. It's not always easy to find people like that. More importantly, how do you approach them and build relationships with them over time?
A mentor is important, and we are encouraged in school, especially law school, to have mentors, because when you have a mentor, you have a direction to where you're going to be, and you don't just have an illusion. Like, let's say, I always thought being a diplomat is easy, because all I see is VIP, cars, many cars behind them, an embassy. But then when I get to meet diplomats and I know the challenges that they face and where they have to begin, because you don't just skyrocket to being an ambassador of, Kenya to a place. You get to know the challenges, the expectations, and what you're supposed to focus on rather than just focusing on everything else. So a mentor guides you. So it's important to have a mentor so that you're streamlined into your career.
Welcome back to Smart Careers. Now, on today's episode, we'll be talking about why it is important to have career mentors, or why it is even important to have career mentorship programs. So with us today is Rita, and she's going to give us her experience as she is currently undergoing mentoring programs. Karibu sana, Rita.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Why is it important to have a career mentor?
Okay, it's very important to have a career mentor, as a career mentor acts as a guide to what you really want to become.
Yeah. So what made you now decide to have a career mentor?
Okay, back in primary school, I had various dreams, and I had sometimes I wanted to become this person, and I would change drastically. And there's this program that Miss Coach Kenya held in our school. It was called Education and Mentorship Program, whereby they used to educate us on mentoring and its important. And so through that, I got to know what real mentoring entails and its importance. So I saw it was vital for me to also have a mentor.
And what criteria did you use now to look for that career mentor?
Okay, I will say I looked at the ambition of that person in regards to what he really wanted to become. And also another thing is that I looked at my admirations. Okay, just to talk about my mentor happens to be Amy Kemper, a Rondanga. She motivated me the way she spoke. Every time when I was in class 6, every time she spoke to us, I was motivated. Yeah.
You're talking of Amy. How long did you take to find her?
Quite a while, about 1 year.
How was the process like?
Okay, when I was in class 6, she used to come and talk to us about lots of things, puberty, adolescence and stuff. With that, I spotted her and went, asked her when I was now in class 7, can you be my mentor? And she accepted.
So what exactly were you looking for in her that you didn't find in other people?
I've grown in Korogosho and I've always wanted to move out of Korogosho, and she's made it out of Korogosho. So I looked at a lady, to be precise, who has made it big. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you attended the sessions, and how long has it been?
Countless times. Because you can imagine, since class 7, and now I had finished Form 4 in 2014. I'm in my first year counseling in psychology.
What topics do you mainly discuss, especially now in regards to your career?
Okay, lots of topics. For instance, there's a time I had issues in choosing what to do. And what she did is, we looked at my strengths and weaknesses. Such topics, yeah.
From now her, what were your expectations from her?
Okay, my expectations from her is that she continues to be a role model. Actually, she is a role model, yeah.
So is it like a classroom, or how is the program in regards now to her mentoring you?
Okay, I like the program because she's made it's a very informal thing. We talk a one-on-one thing, and I go to her office, everyone knows me, and it's very nice.
How has it benefited you in terms of now in choosing a career?
It's really benefited me. It's opened my eyes. Like, I've got to know so many things about different careers, and in a way, I've become more focused and sure on what I want to do.
What are some of the disadvantages people will face if they don't have a career mentor?
Okay, you won't have a guide, and experience will teach you some lessons. You know, when you have a career mentor, it's much easier to make decisions because someone else has gone through that and is showing you the way out.
You and your mentor, how is the relationship? How has it been for the two of you?
The relationship is sister-sister relationship. In that way, it's not as if she's a big person. I can see her anytime. I can call her anytime. Not usiku. You get.
So what are the noticeable changes that you have seen in regards maybe before and after you started your mentorship programs?
Okay, my eyes have been open, and I'm much more focused and sure of what I'm going to do. Yeah.
And how has it helped you career-wise?
Okay, it's helped me so much because I can now focus on what I'm good at. Yeah.
Okay. And what advice would you now give to someone who is thinking of getting a mentor?
Okay, first and foremost, mentors are a very important resource that should be utilized. And if you get one, embrace the opportunity. And before you look for a mentor, be careful. There are praise outside. Not everybody can be a mentor. Yeah.
Well, that has been Rita Anindo letting us know that everyone should have a mentor, but you should just be careful on who you choose to be a mentor. We take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have an expert take us through why it is very important to have a career mentor. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Smart Careers. We're now joined by Miss Diana Swan, who is a client partner at NFT Consult. Karibu sana, Diana.
Thank you so much, Shiro. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, karibu sana. So kindly tell us, who is a mentor?
Now, a mentor is that one person who will be able to guide you, somebody who will be able to take you under their wing and mentor you towards what your career goals are. That's what a mentor is.
Why exactly should I have a mentor?
Mentors are very important in that every one of us, we need career advice at any point of your career, whether it's entry level or you're advanced in your career. You need to know what to expect. You need somebody to be able to guide you through the hurdles that you're going to face. And this actually helps you to have that kind of resilience to be able to make it, to become a success in that career. And we also need, I'd say, maybe a degree of accountability. They usually say it's very hard to do the right thing when nobody's watching. So when you have a mentor, you're not only accountable to them, but accountable to yourself. So a mentor would be able to motivate you to be a better you. Yes.
How exactly do you go about now finding a career mentor?
Finding them is sometimes difficult and sometimes easy. But all you have to do is just keep your eyes open. You can find a mentor in your organization, you can find a mentor within your university, you can find a mentor in your community, in an NGO, in the social networks as well. You can be able to find one so long as you identify what it is you want in your career and you look at the people around you, and if they have the same principles or the same goals as you have, or they have attained that success that you're looking for, that could very well possibly be a mentor. Yes.
What are the tips of finding that good career mentor? What are the things to look out for?
Well, the first thing to look out for when you're looking for a career mentor is it has to be somebody respected in that industry. It has to be somebody who is having a positive outlook on life. It has to be somebody who also has the skills and the knowledge that you're looking to get. Yes. Those are the first things you look at when you're looking for one.
If I now approach you, how will I know you're the perfect person for you to mentor me?
How you'd go about that is, you first clarify what you're looking for. I might look at Shiro, say, and I'd see that she's hardworking, she keeps a positive attitude, she knows what she wants, she has worked her way up, and she has principles and mannerisms and work ethic that I admire. So first I have to admire somebody. I have to see myself in that person. That, hey, I could very well be that person in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. So that's the first thing you look for. That's one of the key things in identifying the correct mentor for yourself. Secondly, you have to make sure that this is somebody who's willing to commit to mentoring you. Because it's a two-way relationship. It is actually a relationship, a professional relationship. So you have to make sure that this person, I'm assuming that you have already approached them, because you have to approach them and tell them, hey, you know what, I really admire what you've done with your career and I'd like you to mentor me. So this person has to be willing to commit that time, because it's not a one-off thing that I'll just speak to you today and tomorrow or the next week or next month I will not have any contact with you. It has to be an ongoing effort and from both ends. Yes, so they have, a commitment has to be there. Yes.
And what are some of the benefits now from having a career mentor?
First of all, you'd get to know if the career that you've been eyeing is actually the thing for you. Because when you speak to this mentor, they'll be able to tell you what challenges they face, they'll be able to tell you what kind of attitude you must have, the skills you must be able to cultivate to reach your success peak. And when you're doing that, sometimes you might actually realize that, oh, I might not have chosen the right thing for me. Maybe my capabilities will not allow. Maybe my demeanor will not allow me to be able to succeed in this career. Or perhaps the reasons why I chose the career in the first place were not the right ones. Maybe I was motivated by money. Maybe I was motivated by, hey, my parents said I must be a doctor, I must be an engineer, I must be this or that. So you get to find out what the right career choice is for you. You also get to know what it takes. Because they have made it, you've seen it. Most people look at the success in the end and ignore the effort that came behind the success. So you get to know what it is it takes. And nothing good ever comes easy, really. Nothing good ever comes easy. So it will be difficult. You need to know that from the get-go. And you need to know that in the end, it will be worth it. So you get to know the right choice to make, and you also get to know what it takes to make it, which are very important in any career choice. Yes.
How many mentors should one have? Is it depending on now? Maybe you want somebody to mentor you on career. Maybe you want somebody to mentor you in about life. But in regards to a career mentor, how many mentors should one have?
In regards to a career mentors, ideally you should have 3. Why I say 3 is, the very first one is my in a year mentor. This is somebody who, let's say you are in the same organization, you're working in the same organization. This is somebody who has been there before you for, let's say, a year or 2. So they have walked in your shoes. They know the challenges that there are. They know the hurdles. They know their way around the organization. So this is somebody who, it's usually just a casual relationship, in fact, professional relationship, where it's somebody you talk to about the day-to-day challenges, the day-to-day tasks that you have to perform, and they can be able to now make you fit into the organization better, because they're somewhat your peer, they're somewhat on the same level, but they have been there longer than you have. Second mentor to have is the 5-year plan. This is somebody more senior. They've been there much longer. They have actually worked their way up the ladder. So they would be able to now guide you and tell you, hey, if you intend to be able to be promotable, then you need to cultivate such skills. You need to maybe take a few more courses in this or that, maybe project management or any other skill that they feel would be able to propel you higher. So this 5-year mentor also is a tad bit more professional than the 1-year one, because this is somebody who could be your boss. Yes. And we need to note that for the 5-year mentor, they don't have to be in the same organization as you are. This could be an outside person in the same industry or career that you're trying to work in. Yes. The third mentor, this one is I'd say the most important one. This one is now the proper guide, because this is somebody much more senior, possibly 10, 15 years experience in that industry that you're looking at getting into. And they would be able to now hold your hand proper and tell you, if you intend to get here between year 1 to year 5, this is what you need to do. If you intend to get here between year 5 and year 8, this is what you need to do. And this is also an advisor. And I say advisor, not somebody who's going to tell you what to do, but somebody who's going to facilitate your decision-making process. So they will be able to help you out in the big decisions. If you want to make a career change, if you want to perhaps take up a new position elsewhere, if you want to work abroad, they'd be able to help you weigh the pros and cons and make an informed decision. Yes.
And how early should one actually maybe get a mentor?
As early as you can. You start early, you fail early, you succeed early. So I'd say even as early as primary school, class 8, as early as high school, you need to know where exactly you're going. As much as, yes, I do understand you might not at that point have decided what career choice it is you're making, but you get to experience what it is, what it takes. And it is actually very encouraging to see some NGOs taking the mantle up on this, where they link up students during their holidays. They get mentors to come and speak with them. Sometimes they even allow these mentors to be shadowed by these students. Say a doctor, he takes a student along for 1 day. The student gets to see what exactly goes on in the day of a doctor, in a day in the life of a doctor. So they're also able to now discern and decide, really, is this the career choice I want? Yeah, can I handle this? Do I have as much passion as is necessary to handle this career? Yes. So as early as possible, but it's never again too late to do so. Yes. Yeah.
And how should the relationship now be between a mentor and a mentee?
Oh, that relationship has to have 3 key things. There has to be trust, first of all. I need to be able to trust my mentor and them to trust me. I need to be able to share information, ideas with my mentor and get, constructive criticism. I need to be able to trust them that much that I share anything that's happening in my career. Second thing, there has to be commitment, like I mentioned before. It's a two-way street. They have to commit their time. You also have to make that effort, because indeed it is your career that's growing. So you have to make sure you're committed to it. So if it is touching base every 2 weeks or every week or every month or sitting down every other day or just a Skype call, hey, you need to commit to that. The third thing has to be clarity on the objectives. You need to manage the expectations from the get-go. You need to know what it is you expect from your mentor. How much support really are you going to need? And you need to communicate that as well, so that they know, hey, I'm mentoring Diana, I'm mentoring Shiro. I need to be able to commit this much time. I need to know that I need to give them as much advice as possible. I could probably introduce them to a few other people who could be able to help them along the way. So that also has to be there.
For how long should that mentor be in your life? Like, for how long can you decide, I have had enough? So I think what I have will help me until a certain point.
Right.
So for how long do you think you should have a mentor?
Well, first of all, having said that the mentorship is a relationship between two people, professional relationship, it should be so open in a manner where, or in a way that you can be able to communicate clearly. So for example, I've had the 1-year mentor, and I feel as the mentee that, you know what, I need to now move on to possibly another mentor. The relationship should be in such a way that I can actually tell my mentor, hey, you know what, I'm thinking that at this point I should now, like, you know, get a new mentor to now move me forth in this other direction. And that relationship should be in such a way that they will not take offense. They will not say, oh, now you got what you needed and you have to discard me now. No. Yeah, it has to be in that way. And obviously, once somebody decides to be a mentor, they already know that they will not be in the mentee's life forever. And they already know that very likely they will get another mentee. Yeah. And they can only handle so much at any given time. So sometimes you find that even the mentor is the one who cuts off now the relationship. Yes.
What would you actually advise somebody about getting a mentor? Yes. What should they look for and how should they go about it?
Okay. Well, I'll start by saying this. We should never be afraid of asking for help. It does not mean you're weak. It just means you're wise. So if you're thinking of getting a mentor, go ahead. It would be one of the very best decisions you will ever make in your life, because you're tapping into somebody else's experiences, you're tapping into somebody else's wisdom, somebody else's knowledge, and they're willing to impart the same on you. It will help you along the way to attain the success that you want. So definitely go on, get a mentor. And don't be afraid to even ask friends, family, colleagues to introduce you to a mentor. Yes.
Well, that has been Diana Swan from NFT Consult, telling us that everyone should have a mentor. You can send us a message on 20058, or you can also send me a comment on my Facebook page, that is Smart Careers. If you wish to advertise or even appear on my show, you can send me an email on smartcareers254@gmail.com. Until next time, I have been your host, Shiro Kinyanjui.